What's up, guys? We are back here at Archeworld, and let's talk about the auction house. And now that we know a little bit more about the live service, so the minimum price that you can put anything up on the auction house for is 5 BSLT. So in theory, that would mean that the minimum price that the skill books could actually cost is 5 BSLT. So if you find the skill that you want, you go ahead and buy it for 5 BSLT and you're set. Because in theory, it can't really go any lower than that. But some people have found a way to get around this by having multiple quantities of the skill books. But this is not gonna sell. Like, it's almost impossible for someone to sell this, because so what they have to do is they have to buy this and then in hopes that they're gonna use the one that they need and sell the other one. But no one is really buying the skill books. Like, you can see 54 have sold and the lowest sale was 5. One has sold at the lowest sale of 5. Like, it's a pretty big gamble to buy them in a bundle to try and sell, because let's go Sunder. If we go Sunder, you're gonna see in order to sell, you got to be the first one on the auction house, because most people are just gonna buy the first one that they see, and there's a whole bunch of competition. And even to make money too, because there's a 10% fee. So if you sell for 5, you have to buy it for less than 450. So even at that point, it's still very, very risky. Like, you need to buy, let's go back to page 1. So buying these 2 books for 475 is not profitable at all. Like, it's not a good deal. You're not going to make any money. But there is a way. The skill books are actually getting cheaper. And this is because these skill note chests actually drop out of coin purses and people are farming them. And so you can see right here, this guy is selling 7 of them at 2.2 BSLT each. So if you don't care what kind of skill book that you're gonna get, you can go ahead and open this up and then sell all the skill books in theory for 5 BSLT each and make 20 or so BSLT profit. So as time goes on, we'll see if this is a profitable strategy of buying cheap skill chests and then flipping them for 5 BSLT each. But overall, if you are seeing your skills up on the auction house for 5 BSLT, just buy it. It can't really get any lower unless you're going to try the strategy of buying skill books of chests and opening them. Next up, though, the rare ones, the blue skills. These ones are still quite valuable because, to my knowledge, they didn't drop out of the coin purses. So there is somehow a chest being created or discovered, because I have seen a chest on the auction house. And so some of these, they're already going down to 19 BSLT. So it's pretty much a race to everything crash down to 5 BSLT. Like, nothing is going to be valuable in the game. Because if it's easy and it's valuable, people want to sell it to make money, to cash out. Like, right now there's a faucet. So you can see here's the chest. And the faucet is on. And there's only a limited amount of consumption. So 3 have sold today, 16 have sold yesterday. Some of these will, of course, be a lot more expensive than others. But in general, like, these are just going to be produced over and over and over again. And the supply is just going to outstrip demand. So it's all economics. It's all supply and demand. And this is why we talked about, like, if you got skill books early on, sell them. Well, we've already seen the crash of the green skill books. They're down to 5 BSLT, which is the floor price. It cannot go any lower, really. And now we're seeing the same thing happen with the blue skill books. Yesterday, there was only a couple of these guys. Now there's about, looks like 50 on the auction house. The sorcery skills were very expensive in the alpha. So I think a lot of people like sorcery. So you can see, look, someone sold this one for 600 BSLT at the highest yesterday and 150 at the lowest. So sorcery does look to be a very, very popular skill tree. think archery was also very popular in the alpha. That one sold for 88. Resurrection. Resurrection sold for 200. But yeah, as we learn more about the skill books and things and figure out how they are produced or created, they might be given out in some kind of a quest in the future. You seriously have to actually do quests to figure out what rewards they give, because some of the higher tier quests might actually give out good rewards. Some of the higher tier achievements might actually give out, good stuff as well. If you remember back in Archeage, there was an achievement that gave out a fishing boat design. So the game company has put in a lot of hidden stuff, and if you look at the achievements in here, it doesn't show you what you actually get. So these are all the achievements that we've done, and it doesn't show the rewards. And some of these actually triggered a reward of a coin purse, like free gold. So we have the gold here. Nope, we've used it all. So there was a little gold coin purse, and some of these guys triggered, and it doesn't say that you got a reward. Like in Archeage, it showed you over here what reward you got, but this one, it doesn't show any rewards, and sometimes you actually just get random stuff. So a lot of the game items and information is still hidden in the game, and we don't know exactly how to farm the game 100% efficiently yet. And people are still trying to figure it out. As a free-to-play player, you're pretty much screwed as it is with this version. I did touch about this before. I believe I said this in a couple videos, and I've definitely texted it in chat and Discord, but 99% of free-to-play players are not going to make any money in Archeworld. You can play the game, but you'll get stuck at a certain point unless you want to make alts and grind like crazy. But 99% of the people are not going to be profitable. There's that 1% that is going to be profitable, that's going to be smart, that's going to figure out economics, figure out some secrets, and push forward. Anything that I put forward or another YouTuber or someone else puts a guide on how to do, supply and demand is going to crush that. So we talked about with the skill books. Skill books were yeah, this is the thing you do. You go get skill books, you farm them, you sell them, and you make your BSLT. Well, that got crushed in less than a day, because too many people knew about that idea, and so too many people did it, and the prices went down to nothing. Same thing with the Archeum. So Archeum was the next strategy of using, but XL Games actually corrected their flaw, and they require level 50 and above to craft the Archeum tradable box. You can get around this, but you need a house. So if you have a house, you don't have this level restriction on it. So you can get around that, but that requires you to not be a free-to-play player. That requires you to actually have a house or have land. So overall, it is incredibly difficult, but even so, as a free-to-play player, you can still enjoy the quest, the story, grind the mobs, level up, and play the game. And this is also possible to make money in the future or the long run. 1,000 BSLT is required to withdraw. There's some tricks to get around that. Say you have 200 BSLT in your account, you would simply have to deposit 800 BSLT, and then you get that 1,000, and then you'd withdraw that 1,000. So there's some tricks and things that you can do to help alleviate the pain. But yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult. And pretty much you're going to want to be playing the game and enjoying the game. If you don't enjoy the game and you're not, playing it for fun, then there's really no point in spending your time and effort to try to kind of farm this game, because there's so many bot preventions that it's almost impossible to be a free-to-play player and actually earn money out of this game. I'm sure there will be something that will come up, and the Chinese bot farmers will figure something out that works out, and they can make some money out of it because it might be profitable for them. So I believe some third world countries, like $200 is a lot. 200 USD is a lot of money for third world countries. So if it's their monthly salary, if $200 is what they make in a month, of a manual job, 40 hours a week or 50 hours a week. And if they can earn that in game, within, a month, like some people will choose to play a game rather than work a salaried job or a manual labor job, and treat Archeworld or any game as, their manual labor. Like, this is what they do. They have some fun, they play a game, and then they farm the currency and then they sell it. So if BSLT stays at this about 15 to 20 cent price, that makes it very, very valuable to certain countries in poor areas of the world. So just because it's not profitable for you doesn't mean that it's a bad game or bad system. There never was an idea where like you were gonna make $1,000 playing Archeworld. Like, that was not gonna, as a free-to-play player, you were not gonna make $1,000 playing Archeworld, not on a consistent basis or anything. Even as a paying player. So if we take this further, as a paying player, you're still not gonna make much money, if any. My guess would be that 75% of the paying players, the people that bought NFTs, that bought land, that bought pre-sale packages, are gonna end up, quote unquote, losing their money and not making any profit. They will simply have to play the game and enjoy the game and do, game activities. It's just like any other MMO out there. You play the game and you spend your time and you do it as an enjoyment, as fun. And you don't ever really expect to get anything out of it. At least most people don't. Like I said, you play the game for fun. Well, in this game, some of the people will actually be able to cash out. And I think it's going to be about 25% of the people, but they are going to have to be smart, strategic. Like myself personally, I bought BSLT at 8 cents and I sold it at 19 cents, and it was about $1,000, and so I made about $1,000 on that sale, a little bit over. Like, I was smart. I bought low and I sold high. I bought some fandom cards, and those I paid about $300 per each, a little bit higher on some. Overpaid on a couple because I was testing things out, made mistakes, and I sold a couple, not for profit yet, but because they were going down in value. So I anticipated the Phantom cards to go down in value after the free land was given out. So I bought the Phantom cards. I bought a total of 15. That is supposed to get me 5 free lands, and only one of them actually has gone through. So I've only got one land that works. Someone already rented it out, unfortunately, so I can't even use it. And then the other 4 lands are kind of in limbo land right now. But since the Phantom card value was over, I expected them to decrease. The Phantom card value didn't really decrease. The Phantom card value, when I bought them, was around 1,200 klay. And then after the land airdrop, it became about 1,000 klay. So I'm like, wow, that's really, really cheap. That means the free land that I got was only worth 600 klay, which it's not true. Like, I could sell the land for like 1,800. So like, it just, the smart people will make money. The smart people will get ahead. The smart people will put in the hard work and the dedication and earn. But it's not worth the time for most people. I do it because it's fun. Like, I'm not doing this as a job. I'm doing this because it's fun. I enjoy the environment. I enjoy the world. I enjoy the game. I'm not doing it to make money. Like, I make more money in stocks and investments and other things than this. This is simply fun. Like, I stay up 24 hours playing the launch of a game because it's simply fun for me. I communicate and interact with the community because it's simply fun for me. Like, I do this 100% for fun. Like, yes, I do put ads on the videos because might as well. Like, if I'm going to post a video, might as well make a couple pennies off of it. Like, there's no harm in making a couple pennies off a video. If people want to watch it, great. If people don't want to watch it, I don't care. I'm not, trying to be a YouTube star, and I've never tried to be a YouTube star. But anyway, that's a different rant, and if you are here, I definitely appreciate you. Thank you for watching. As always, make sure you hit those like buttons, helps out the channel. You've already subscribed by this point, and I will see you guys in game. Thanks for watching.